Hello, welcome to World Insight here on CCTV International. As always, we bring you 30 minutes of news analysis and all of it from a Chinese perspective. I'm James Chow here in Beijing. Let's get started. If you just joined us, you're watching World Insight, a roundup of all the news from the week gone by. Now, Friday was World Refugee Day, a day when the Office of the UN High Commissioner for Refugees sets about to bring international attention to its cause each and every year. Our 2008 theme was refugee protection. Forced to flee their homes and having lost everything, these refugees have clear needs, which are shelter, food, safety, and of course protection. But they also have rights: the right to work, the right to learn, the right to play, and of course the right to physical development.
The sister, she's not supposed to play volleyball. We are not allowed to. Our sisters are not supposed to play. They are Muslims. Muslims are not supposed to come out from the houses.
Tell me where in the Quran it's written they're not supposed to play. There is nowhere in the Quran where it says girls should not play. They should play. This girl has played.
She's one of the sports.
Yes, I'm supposed to get her, and I used to play with my clothes. This man is lying and he doesn't know about the Quran.
Let me tell you something. We don't want to know more. We don't want no more women to play football and volleyball. We don't want. Let them go. We don't want.
This is what the argument is all about. Girls playing volleyball. Hodan is one of them. She and her friends are all Somali teenagers living in a refugee camp in Kenya. Normally, this would be an everyday scene of young people enjoying themselves. But for these girls, playing sport is more than an act of teenage rebellion. It's a demand for change. In these camps at Dadaab, there are more than 60,000 children and teenagers. Many have lived here their whole lives. There's not much in the way of fun. Hodan and her friends playing volleyball causes bitter conflict in this conservative community. But she's determined.
I like volleyball because it's good exercise. It's good for the body, and I get to interact with other girls and meet other girls from other cultures and get to know them. I want to play every day.
Somalia has been torn apart by civil war for nearly 20 years. This is where over 300,000 refugees ended up, in neighboring Kenya. Hodan's family was just one of the many that made the trek, leaving behind all their possessions and walking for up to 3 weeks across the desert. There are over 170,000 people in this huge camp. Most are from rural South Somalia. They tend to be more traditional in their religious beliefs. Even clothed like this in the baking heat, many in the camp see Somali girls playing sport as a direct threat to their culture.
We have a lot of problems. There's always boys hanging about. They throw stones at us and shout abuse at us. They say we shouldn't play sport but should stay at home because we are girls. But we just ignore them and get on with it.
The girls are up against more than childish teasing. There's a deep-rooted antagonism.
It's a religious and a cultural thing, but mostly it's the religion that is against girls coming out from the home and playing sport.
Sport is very important, but we do have to consider our culture and our religion. We're happy for boys to play, but girls playing would cause all kinds of problems for the family. How would they find a husband for a daughter who shows herself like that?
As part of their Together for Girls project, one organization, CARE, has found a few Somali girls to take on the controversial role of sports motivator. Their aim is to get more girls involved.
I try to encourage the girls, and I go around the camp gathering them and calling them out for meetings and games. But there was a lot of problems with the parents. Today I went round and there was one girl who was ready and wanting to come, but her mother chased me away. She said there was no way her girl was going with me.
We are Somalis, and we don't just do whatever we feel like doing. We are always sensitive about what the rest of the community is saying about us. So that's why I told her to stop. But then I saw how devastated she was, and so I changed my mind. Now I fully support her. I can see how important it is for her.
There's no work in the camp, and the refugees are not allowed to use the land to grow crops. Families are totally dependent on handouts, maize meal, flour, and beans. The Kenyan government does not want the refugees to put down roots, so they're not allowed to leave the camp or travel or work in Kenya. And for girls trapped in the camp and fenced in by cultural restrictions, there's little opportunity to socialize and develop. Being on a volleyball team means these girls can at least meet and talk. It's a rare opportunity to debate religion and sport. They're hoping these rare opportunities will become commonplace, and that the camp community will come to see volleyball as just good, clean fun.
We've got about a minute left in this program, so as we look at this final picture, what can we say? With the Olympics set to open up in Beijing in August, the celebration of both male and female athletes offers a sharp contrast to the plight of these Somali girls as they struggle for their basic rights. A new global survey says there are around 11.5 million refugees outside their countries and 26 million others displaced internally by conflict or persecution. Those figures were applicable by the end of 2007. Their rights are being overlooked each and every day. Now, to find out how you can lend a helping hand and how you can make a difference, please log on to their website, which is unhcr.org, unhcr.org once again. Now, with that, we come to the end of this program. You can email us at worldinsight@cctv.com with your comments, your suggestions, and we always love to hear from you. I'm James Chow from all of us here, right here in Beijing. Thanks for watching, and we're going to see you at the same time next week for your insight on World Insight.